Hey, happy Monday. Happy Monday. OMG, I am so happy to be here. I remember growing up, my dad always taught me to look forward to Mondays. Y'all have probably heard me say that if you follow me, because he said if you look forward to Mondays, then you can look forward to all the other days. And then every day could be a great day. He didn't use the word like joyful or magical. So that's my word. But I'm so happy. Last week, I went live on Monday at 7, and I said this is something that I wanted to do weekly. And I would love for you all to join me on this weekly journey. The reason why I wanted to do this weekly is I know that I like to take intentional time to set up my week. And it could be very nice to do that with someone else, to get some tips from someone else. This is something that I've been doing for quite a while. Why? Because I am whimsical in a box. The reason why I say whimsical in a box is yes, I'm joyful. I love to have fun. I'm blowing my bubbles. I'm coloring and all that. And I also realize that I have to plan certain things out to keep them top of mind and to make sure I actually do it. Have you ever said, I really want to do this, but then you didn't make time for it? Me. That's why it's important for me to create schedules. The other thing is, it helps me to stay organized. So I may create schedules personally, which is what I talk a lot about here on Create a Magical Day, like our self care routines and whatnot. And then also, it helps me as it relates to work, my 9 to 5 job, as well as Create a Magical Day. So that's why I like to have these systems. And then it allows me the space to be like whimsical in that, where I get to add the little fun things in there that make my planning feel so good. Yes. So tonight, I wanted to share with you something that I am so excited about. And it is the launch of my first digital product. Let me show you what it looks like. It's cute. It's called the Joy Map. Here we go. Quarterly vision and goal setting. This right here will be such a great foundation as you are planning your year, your quarter, your week. The thing that I love the most about this, first of all, I've been doing this for so long. And my daughter, my sweet little Lisa, she's the one that said, Mom, why don't you make a template for people to follow? And I was like, oh, yeah, because this is just something that I walk my family and friends through. And I've been doing it for almost 10 years now. So at the beginning of the year, I walked Mom and Lisa through this. We had a really great time. And so I took what I've been doing for the last 10 years and I put it into this beautiful template that walks you through 10 steps. And I know 10 may seem like a lot, but I promise it's not, to help you plan. So just like how I talk about how you want to feel for the week, this talks about that too, how you want to feel for your quarter. We talk about your word. I made a post about when my mom and I did the winter solstice or equinox. I always forget the two, but the winter one, I feel like it's solstice. That we identified our word and our mantra that really helps to guide us. This walks you through that as well. Just like for our week, as we are planning our week, friend, what is the word that's going to guide you? I know that today is January 20th, 2025, and there are mixed emotions for people on this day. So this is a great day for you to reflect on how you want to feel for the week. What will be that mantra that will guide you through the week? I break that down on here. I love this. We have to tap into how we want to feel. And the reason why I say this is because it really helps to guide us even as we are planning out our productive weeks. I'll give you an example. When I start my day, sometimes when I know I have a lot to do at work, I'll say my word for the day is flow, especially when I know I have a lot of stuff going on. And then my mantra will be something like, I want to flow through the day with ease and grace. So as I'm going throughout my day, I can align to see if that is how I feel. And if I don't feel that way, I can ask myself, how do I get there? Whenever you have a word or a mantra that guides you, it helps you in the direction that you want to go. My mom has something called the transformula that she talks about, and that is focus, nope, clear intention plus focused attention equals a divine retention. And so basically, what she's saying is, what do you intend? What is it that you want? Like I say, how do you want to feel? Then the attention is, what are you focusing on? I always think about that throughout my day, even if it's a crazy, chaotic day, is where am I putting my attention? Where am I focusing? So if I want to feel like I'm in flow, if there's something that's interrupting that feeling, how do I get back to that feeling? It doesn't mean that people aren't sending me messages or not sending me emails, that I don't have a lot of meetings that are going on. It just means that I still get to tap into the day is still flowing. Even if someone sends me a message and asks me to do something that maybe was not part of my plan, I could flow into it. But if it feels like a jolt, then I could say, wait a minute, wait a minute. The intention is flow. So how do I choose to flow into this? So I want you to think about that this week as you are thinking about your word with this. I want you to think about that. How are you flowing into how you want to feel, what your word is, what your mantra is? Because it will help you to identify where you focus. So as you are setting your goals, you may have some big goals for the week. You may have some big projects. What are the small steps that you could do for those large projects? I talk about that too in the joy map. Yes, that you can purchase on my site, createamagicalday.com. How do you take those large goals and then break them down into bite-sized goal? Yay! Hey there. You do a word every year. Oh my gosh, I love that. Always a good reminder. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so glad you shared that. Thank you so much. And so when you have like your big goals, I don't want you to go in, look, and you write down, today I will build a website. Today I will create a PowerPoint. Like, no, how are you breaking that down? There's so many steps to building a website, right? If you're creating a PowerPoint, there are so many steps to that. So I want you to break that down and then feel like, how does this feel? Maybe you need to like create the surrounding. Like I have my lotion in my desk. Why? Because when I rub it on my hands, oh, it feels so good and it puts me in a good mood. I have this spray. It's called Daydream. Let's spray it. Mm. Ooh, it smells so good. I love daydreaming. Um, I mean, but I shouldn't do that one. Need to focus. But I may have that, right? I have my tea, which I said this was tea time and I left my tea, but I was already running late, so I didn't want to be even later. But we're gonna pretend like I'm sipping my tea, right? So I have that with me and I have my lights because it makes me feel good. So as you are creating, what's your environment like? Oh my gosh, I love that your word this year is heart. Mm. So I'll go back real quick to the word and then I'll jump and move back into the planning. So when my original word was possibilities for my birthday, which is in October. Well, possibilities for me was kind of grand. But then towards the end of the year, I was really like feeling into like the self-care, like giving myself more self-care time, spending more time with Jania, having more downtime, just like loving all over me. So then I felt like I had two words, possibilities and self-care. And I decided to bring those together and do not ask me how, but I created the word playful. So my word's playful. And my mantra is I am playfully living into my possibilities and loving all over myself. And I use that as a guide as I am planning out my quarterly planning, as I'm planning out my week. Because, of course, when you're planning out your quarter, it goes into your weeks. And I break that down on here. Like I have different categories for you to identify. Like for me, some things on Creative Magical Day, some things for work, some things for my self-care, some relationships, right? And then I wrote down a few things on each of these areas, not to overwhelm myself. I have a quarter. That's 12 weeks. You can get a lot done in 12 weeks, but also sometimes we put way too much down. Now, it doesn't mean that you're not planning for something maybe to complete by the end of the year, but again, you're putting these bite-sized chunks, and that's what we could do this week. So as you are thinking about your week, then I want you to think about what are the small things that feel good, and then how are you going to celebrate your wins? I am so big on celebrating. Have you ever cooked something for someone? I see Chef Mark is on here. Have you ever, Tears of Joy, I'm gonna have to learn your name, but have you ever, I know you make, oh my gosh, the stuff you have is beautiful. I remember you had like this tiered, you put little snacks on there that was really cute. But have you ever made something for someone? You sell something to someone and they say, "Oh my gosh." Okay, oh man, is it Marielli? I hope I'm saying that right. If not, I'm gonna Google it afterwards to make sure that I'm saying it, or maybe you break it down for me. But have you ever like gave something to someone, you sold it or you made the food and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, Chef Mark, this is the best food that I've ever had," right? What does it make you want to do? You want to make more of it, right? Because they liked it. So for you, if you really want to get into something, a task that you're doing, how does that make you feel good about it? What can, like how I showed you, I have the lotion, I have the spray, I have my lights because it makes me feel good. So even if it's something that I don't really want to do, I want to do more of it because it feels good. Exactly, Mark. It makes you want to do more of it and get better at it. Absolutely. And that's why, like with the new workbook that I have for quarterly planning, and we can use this also in our weekly planning, is yes, wonderful and purposeful. Thank you, Chef Mark. Is as we are planning out our goals for the year, for the quarter, for the week, for the month, for the year. For the days, right? Is how do we want to feel? Because when you can align with how you want to feel, then it helps you in your execution of all of the tasks that you need to do to accomplish your goals. So as we are thinking about that this week, I just want you to stop. And I want you to think of one goal. And remember, the goal does not have to be work related. It could be something self care. It could be a relationship. It could be finances. It could be whatever that is for you. Think of one goal and just stop and just say, ask yourself, how do I want to feel about this one goal? Then I want you to think of a couple of steps that you could do this week towards that goal. And then I want you to think, after you've completed some of those steps, how will you celebrate? Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. I'm really big on celebrating. I love celebrating. I might blow some bubbles. I might do a little dance party. I might make like an extra yummy tea. And I know that sounds silly because I love, it's like, Ginny, you drink tea all the time, but I'll make an extra special yummy tea. Like maybe put some like extra like my mom gave me this idea to put some like cloves in my pineapple tea. Ooh, I can't wait to do that. Right. So that's what I mean, right? Put a little raw agave nectar in there. And it's just the feeling into the celebration. So that is my tip for you this week. I know I probably talked about a lot of things, but I'll recap. And that is choose your one goal, Identify how you want to feel about that goal and what are a few steps that you can take to action that goal, and celebrate. So in closing, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Let me go back to the beginning of my new baby, y'all. This is my new baby. I will be talking about her, the joy map. Yes, quarterly vision and goal setting. She is in my site, which, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about my site. I launched that as well. It's createamagicalday.com. I'm also going to have a 4-part series talking about goal planning, system setting. I'm going to talk about like some really cool iPhone features to use that'll help with planning. So I'm really excited. Where can we get the new baby? You can get the new baby on createamagicalday.com. Also, I set up an Etsy shop. Oh my gosh, like I'm on Etsy now, y'all. We about to do this. I'm so excited. And I have so many more goodies coming to you all. And just know, just always remember that every day may not be filled with joy, but we could create joyful moments every day. And it starts by tapping into how you want to feel and identifying what's going to get you closer to that. All right, so I hope that I shared some tips. Thank you, Chef Mark. Thank you, thank you. I hope I shared some tips today that were helpful for you all. Please drop in the comments, what are some of your goals this week? I would love to hear. What are some of the small tasks that you're going to do? And absolutely, how are you going to celebrate? All right. Cheers to you started your heck yeah, I will hit you up about the Etsy shop. Thank you so much about that. Well, I hope that you all have such a beautiful week filled with lots of joy filled moments. All right, Joyful Jania signing out, sending so much love. Peace.